It's just a little bitty old time country place. Nothing much to see. There's no drinking allowed. We get a nice quiet crowd. It's plain as it can be. I still need to send the graphic novels your way. I can't wait for you to incorporate some of that wisdom in your contemplative streams. Sorry. I was reading the Hive Mind. Hey everybody, welcome to today's stream. Oh gosh, the Bastard God Mask, and also more Thunder Bay Rumblings, and the big one, the Lobstamonkee Manifold. I've had a slight rearrangement around here, and that involves using a longer cable from the computer to the router, and so there may be interruptions. And what, Sylvia? Now you want out? Now you want... Hi, everybody. Perennial Force, Eve Gilbert, Jonathan Dumir. Hello, and welcome to the Hive Mind. Over here. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? The Lobstamonkee Manifold's going to be a big one, so let's get started. After your savings throw... You gotta wait for the savings throws, Sylvia. After the savings throws against the mind control present in the Bastard Godmask stream for October 5th, 2022. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. Okay, now everybody, we do a savings throw against mind control around here. Not just on Monster Party Fridays, but be here Friday for the Monster Party, because that's fun for me at least. You get to pick survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose! And if your roll is over 10, you take half damage from the following mind control. Survivalists, 8. Socialists, 9. Sophists, 8. Heart, 5. Everybody needs their bonuses. You can get those by participating in the Lobstamonkee community. Like good old Goose here recommends. You know, this new setup requires some stretching to get to the mouse. It's turning out to be terribly inconvenient. Remember, it's just people that do these live streams and videos and stuff. I know we seem fancy because of the screen, but there is no fourth wall. It's really just people. It's just people. Let's see. We have okay. No, I don't want to do that one yet. Here, do this one. Hi, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. It's encouraged.
Going to Winnipeg.
You're going to Winnipeg.
With it too. So, but it's this framework question that I think in many ways our project has been trying to integrate. Because for example, when I was listening to you two, I didn't quite want to jump out of my chair, but I felt it, that, how can we help? I think what we're doing in this little corner of the internet is trying to help people see that which is unseen, because it's always been around them, but it's been draining from the environment. And now that it's draining, and I think that's your point, Jonathan, about why can we see these things now? Well, there's this lake in California, Mono Lake, which has these tufa formations, and you can look it up.
two fields of vision, and they can't be held together. And so phenomenologically, you switch.
The tufa formations are just like the two fields of vision that can't be held together. So it turns out that I put the desk on top of the mouse cord somehow and can't, and still. Remember, everybody, this is the topic board. I'm looking to clear it. So let's okay. The looking glass we did kind of cover in that one stream. It's how the deep state developed a time viewing, a future viewing device called the looking glass, and then got obsessed with some event that's supposed to be coming, and it really jacked everything. It jacked up all the four-dimensional chess. But anyway,
between them, just two fields of vision, and they can't be held together. And so phenomenologically, you switch between them. And then you can see the self-organizing criticality. This area is firing in synchrony, corresponding to seeing the triangle, and then that breaks up criticality, and this area fires in synchrony when you're now seeing it as the square. And you can actually track the consciousness with the flipping of the self-organizing criticality. So it's already being done experimentally. And then the thing about those is they're not neuroanatomically based. They're functionally based. And what's important about those is they actually point to more comprehensive models, because self-organizing criticality and small world network formation also reliably correlate with measures of general intelligence, which supports the argument I was trying to make.
I got a spoiler alert for you guys. Spoiler. The Lobstamonkee Manifold is a small world network, and you are like on the verge of being part of it just by being in the hive mind chat. Oh, okay. So this part, this next clip, is from the same discussion. It drove me nuts because it's my Marissa Tomei research. He complains to the guy that there's not a big enough cohort of EEG stuff, and like, if my research had been funded, what would happen is we'd have these little hats we could all put on at the same time together when we're virtually not alone, and like put all of our EEG recording data into this big vat of data, and then we would be the cohort they need for this clip here that I'm about to play.
And the trouble with the EEG, it's pretty noisy. There's a lot of signal noise ratio is not good, right?
And you have to have a huge cohort that you've normalized in order to make the comparison. And I imagine we don't have that for people in this situation. That's a sort of practical difficulty too. Because you can count on, like, if you do it on enough people that might be locked in, right? You could get presumably some way to distinguish noise from signal that is more specific to that phenomenon.
So they're getting their baseline from healthy volunteers.
Exactly. That's my point. And then and that's fine for.
See, but if Grim Grizz's research is funded, you would have all sorts of data from people locked in. I mean, it's a different lock. But is it? Hey, Dumir says, did you see the Peugeot and audience members one yet? I only saw like 2 of the audience members, including the JP Marcel guy, it was okay. I need to do like a simultaneous podcast Fringe Encounter with both JP Marceau and Chris Master Pietro and me, right? So that I can quit getting those 2 guys confused. Hey, Jay, what's up? Where did this guy on the left come from? He was always part of the gang, and I'm like, no, the guy on the left is a local to the Thunder Bay. They wanted to, the part of the estuary water effect is to bring in the local estuary water, and that in this case is Dr. Richard Mondrell, also known as that guy from my first promo clip. Oh, okay. And now I'm still not to where I want to be for the Lobstamonkee Manifold on this bastard mask Lobstamonkee Manifold stream. More to say about the looking glass before you remove it from the board. Yeah, sort not, maybe, sort of. Oh, I told Sylvia I'd let her up. So they're focused on the event, which means we have an opportunity to create a black swan that they weren't looking. Oh, I'm disconnected. Now I'm reconnected. I had the AI slaves make today's logo from the phrase, close-up of a button on a nurse's lap hole. Button shows a drama mask. And this is the bastard God mask. And God willing, we'll get to that part of the stream. Woo. Okay, so that's... Okay, yes. And I gotta let Sylvia out. And I need a clip to play. Here's that song that I've been playing recently. That Alphabet recommended. They need like almost... Like, let's see where they are on followers. Okay, guys, these folks need 8 more for 100. Let's see what we can do. If you're not already, here's the jam out. They said I could play it.
What a sunny day, you'll find me on a big rock basket. Normally I need the shade, but that's all I've been having. I need the world way more than anyone needs me in it. If not for you, I'd run away and not admit it. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I gambled everything, lost it incognito. And no one knows I'm broken, breaking promises still. And that's till my comic books are right in bill. I feel amazing. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I wonder what song is lazy, Sudestino. And no one knows I'm broken, breaking promises still. And that's till my comic books not writing bill.
I have no idea what the lyrics to this are whatsoever. But thank you, Eve, for helping Alphabet help these guys or something. No, that's enough, man. I can't. I don't have the attention span for entire songs. It's a weakness. It's a weakness. And I'm still not to the Lobstamonkee Manifold part of the stream. So let's move on. Let's move. What is this alignment clip you made, Grim? I don't remember. Just play it, bro.
Get the information out to the village, integrate it with a project of the enhancement of the cultivation of wisdom so that we can beat the military and the governments to the use of this. That's my proposed response to that. Because get the information out to the village, integrate it with a project of the enhancement of the cultivation of wisdom so that we can beat the military and the governments to the use of this. That's my proposed response to that. Because hoping that the genie doesn't get out of... Get the information out to the village, integrate it with a project of the enhancement of the cultivation of wisdom so that we can beat the military and the governments to the use of this. That's my proposed response to that. Because hoping that the genie doesn't get out of the bottle is a fool's hope.
And the
Get the information out to the village.
Now you see how, despite my severe irreverence, problem, which makes me personal kryptonite to John Vervaeke. Our goals are aligned, for my goal is to build a Lobstamonkee Manifold eyeball thing that lets us see as a collective egregore more than either any whatever of us could see as an individual, meanwhile instantiating paintball for Jesus and the God mask. Oh, okay. I still haven't got to the part about the manifold. That's true. Let's keep going then. Why is it? This website is not responding. I can't scroll. Why don't you let me scroll? This is embarrassing me. Here's this.
The world can show you that all of that coherent modeling is actually an error.
Yeah. And one more thing about when you say people having higher states of consciousness, saying that that's more real than reality.
Yes.
Would resistance to will have anything to do with that, do you think?
There's something about the diminishment of the sense of self that is related to that enhanced sense of wellness. But I think it has more to do with...
You weren't supposed to play this one yet. I know, but I had clip problems, bro. You fixed them, right? Right, here's the clip.
Important to get people to explicate what is already so deeply implicit. And that's how I think I want to try. I mean, I do a lot, like you know, about trying to help the training, but this isn't it. This is what I'm trying to say, and I'm fumbling. This isn't something to impose on people. This is something to explicate from within the ligaments of their existing patterns of sense-making, especially within the very best, which is, right, sense-making attempts like within the scientific world. That's the point I'm making. This is what my original paper was titled, Relevance Realization and the Emerging Framework in Cognitive Science. I wasn't opposing something. I was saying all of these different areas are converging on this, and we...
Boom! All of these areas are converging on this, and boom. And Jay ends down there at the bottom of the hive mind says, where does Vervaeke get all of these blue pills from? And I say to you, Jay, I don't know what the Canadian Intelligence Agency is called.
So, the goal overall is the creation of this thing called the God Mask. And basically, it's like that Joseph Campbell clip I did with Karen. Splice it in? Okay. And the thing we're putting on their faces, it's like... Okay, so experiential... So...
Well, we could be watching music videos or just pleasuring ourselves, but instead we're thinking together towards something.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I like to think there's this...
Dude, who the fuck goes on Karen Wong and says pleasuring ourselves? What the fuck kind of asshole are... It just flows naturally. I didn't even mean it that way, dude. What the fuck? Why you pointing it out like that? That wasn't...
Like if I crawl down my memory tree, there's this Joseph Campbell clip that sticks with me. It's how like a tribe would take their young men into, like they'd always have the men of the tribe wear these God masks and they'd make them all big and scary. And when the child was old enough, they'd take him in the cave and make him fight him and let him win and then stick the mask on his face.
Well, this poor kid has to stand up and fight a man with a mask. So I'd say he's fighting the God. The man lets the kid win. Takes the mask off, puts it on the kid. Now, the mask is not there defeated and simply said, oh, this is just myth. It said the mask represents the power that is shaping the society and has shaped you, and now you are a representative of that power. That's a big story.
And that's an initiation, I think, our culture.
And like now, if I was clever, I would insert the clip of Shia LaBeouf complaining that we don't have an initiation ritual anymore. Like the only one I can think of that isn't Jewish is what, the quinceañera? Or, why don't we have cotillions? Would you like to have a cotillion? If you'd like to have a cotillion, please add your name to the I'd like to have a cotillion list in the comment section below here on the Griswold Graham Bastard God Mask live stream. Okay, so we've been working toward clearing the board, and now that the whatever was there in the bottom left corner is gone, we can move on to removing another item. Because just get up, we can move on to removing another item. Oh, Chris Pitkow is in the house. Says, remember, Embody, there is no Canadian intelligence agency. Oh wow, you still haven't done that, bro. Shh. God bloody. Remember, everybody, there is no Canadian intelligence agency. Okay, Manchurian paperclip is like, okay, so you know the government lies to you, right? What if they lied about who won the World War II? Right? What if we have Manchurian Chinese infiltrates like Zartan in the White House right now? Like they warned us in that Cobra movie. What about that? That's the Manchurian paperclip. Please debunk the conspiracy theory that the nations in the 19 whatevers actually agreed to protect the wildlife of Antarctica, like because they all love the planet so much. It's not because what Hitler found down there. Tracking ticks. Those are ticks, not ties. Ticks, John, they're ticks. But we'll cover that next after I run a I'm embarrassed right now clip.
The optimal relationship between the confirmation and the surprise, right? You're getting sort of optimal frame breaking and frame making going on in kind of like an ongoing flow state, like a massive insight cascade. And so it's not so much the content, and I've got experimental evidence from my lab, not so much the content of the experience, but the processes that the brain is participating in that's giving you that sense of realness.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you for being here. I saw you saying it. Oh, goodness. Welcome. This is the Bastard God Mask at Lobstamonkee Manifold stream. And I can't find the manifold part, and it's really tripping me out right now. Okay. So the part I just said was, yay, somebody select something from the board. And thank you, Jonathan Demir, for selecting tracking ticks. And the tracking ticks topic is as follows. It's like we spend a lot of time watching the same people talk. It's people such as John Vervaeke. And we might notice such things as conversational ticks. Conversational ticks? No. conversational ticks, not conversational ties. And so I was thinking what we could do is like when we watch the people we watch and we see their ticks, like no, 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 and whatever Vanderklay's tick is, whatever Pajot's tick is, right? We identify what the tick is, and then we take clips from every time they tick, like whatever they say after the tick, and then string those all together and see if there's a correlate we can draw a picture from based on what they say after the tick. And that is the tracking ticks topic. Thank you, Jonathan Dumir. And now I'm gonna try and find that manifold thing one more time. Oh no, this is a gift from Linla. No, I'm not doing that part yet. You son of a. Okay, if it was it not this one where he talks about the manifold thing, and then they go into it again on the. Holy smokes! Holy smokes! Just run it and then find it in a different tab.
For experimentation, but that would strike me as something that you'd have to change if you want to move it into the context you're talking about. Why this matters, if that's okay, Richard, why this matters is it's challenging a way we have thought about where we would look, how, let me put it, how we should think about consciousness. We still want consciousness to be a blob that we can find somewhere. And so so people carry around a blob theory of consciousness. There's some sort of blob, I'm trying to use this really neutral term, right? But there's a blob inside of me, and that's what consciousness is, because that's what our...
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, guys, we've accidentally stumbled on an open emotional wound. I saw this. And I tweeted to John, you know, I troll him, so I try not to ever talk to him. But I did. I reached out. I said, man, this blob thing. Okay, what if our central nervous system is like a filament in a light bulb? And like the glass of the light bulb is determined by the electromagnetic field that is generated by our heart. The field that's generated by our heart is like the gas in the light bulb, and consciousness is that runs up and down our nervous system is the filament that gives illumination to the blob sensation we report. And I don't know if he didn't read it or he's busy doing the Sangha or something, but he didn't even heart it like he read it. So, remember him. Goose, get out of the way. Remember everybody. We want what's best for you. Okay, I kind of covered. Okay, all right, let's do the God Mask and get out of here. We'll do the Manifold tomorrow with apologies. With apologies, we can do the Manifold tomorrow. I guess I didn't make the clip. I was so moved when he talked about the eye positions thing, right? Because if each eye position is a lobster monkey and we can make new lobster monkeys, and I'll get into it when I find it. Let's do the bastard God Mask thing. Okay, so what happened, it's kind of like a story in my head right now. It's like, you know how you wanted to be a writer, Graham? Here's a story for you to write. I'm like, no, I don't like, sitting down and actually writing stuff, bro. And he's like, yeah, well, here's the story anyway. This kid, he comes of age of some sort, and his dad like, okay, it's time. And then he's like to his friend, hey, Dad, can my poor friend, can he come too? He's like, okay. And he takes him to this paintball camp. It's like a summer camp, but they do paintball for Jesus. And so the kids go there, they're coming of age, and they come to the age, right? And the older kids there get the poor friend to Judas, the main character guy. And they put him up on the cross and shoot him with the paintballs after the betrayal. And they're like, now you know what Christ felt like. And then they throw him in the cave, right? And then they do the God mask part, where they come in and they things you can't say, they have to be fictionalized. And they make him say like the 4 things that we decide go in the God mask. Like the 4 things that a man needs to know to help hold society together. And then they smack it on his face, and then like he goes to sleep that night, a man, and then they steal it back. And he has to remember what it felt like. But then, it's not really a story, it's just a... but that's that's the bastard God mask notion, is that we need a ritual, and Paintball for Jesus can help facilitate the initiation into manhood ritual our society needs today. We'll get into how you can help once we start the LARP and Groan project, which is we're like a week behind starting it, but don't mind that. Thanks everyone for joining us and your time. Tune in next time when I actually deliver on the title, Lobstamonkee Manifold. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal of production executives that make all this possible. Patrons, PayPals, and Substack subscribers. Join us this Friday for Monster Party, which happens on a screen that looks like this, with a title that looks like this. Monster Party. We're going to do that Friday. Thanks, Hive Mind, Perennial Force, Jonathan Dumir, Rakau, Eve, JNs, Pakau. Bye, everybody. The button says stop streaming, but for some reason my brain read it as stop suffering.